So we're gonna get started in like a minute or two. I'm just gonna get some water to make sure my voice is nice and clear for this. Don't want to sound too groggy like I was in the opening of this poll. So, back in a second. Alright, so we're about to start soon. We're gonna start soon. We got about 10 minutes left if you haven't voted yet, so I'm gonna give a last minute reference to the link for the poll in case anybody wants to pull any last minute votes and has not voted yet. Because once again, you can only vote once. Yeah, you can only vote once. I mean, there's a reason why if you saw what happened last year, but we aren't gonna go into that. But yeah, we are just gonna give people a little chance because more people voted in the last episode, or the last like round of 64 than this one so far, and you know, want to give everybody a last second chance. So here it is one more time. If anybody has not voted yet, you have a chance. It's still out there. And so we're gonna go live in half a minute, 3:30. Things are looking pretty good so far. Fingers crossed I do not have any alert box issues because that's been a big issue over the past few streams. Like, it seems like one person's donations somehow hacked it in a sense where it just keeps repeating it 50 times all like every hour of the stream. All right, transition now. Welcome back, everybody. I am Dirk the Red Panda, and this is the Best Boy Bracket. Round of 64, part 2 of 2. So we are finally closing out the round of 64. Such a big, giant round, and you know, this is the one where a lot of upsets may happen, a lot of things can flip around here, but it's quite an exciting round because we get a lot of candidates to see and just a lot of variety. And so, above me, even though there's a lot of black space above me, I try not to sneak the results in there. I don't want you all to see the results because that would be cheating. No, I kid, but yeah. Above me, I have the switch to turn off the poll, and I'll be doing that at exactly 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Yes, I live in the United States of America, and at least in my state, and I think most states do this, we do daylight savings time, so my sleep has taken a huge toll on it as a result. So yeah, we move ahead an hour, so now we're like an hour ahead than the people who don't do daylight savings time. It's weird. Yeah. Fingers crossed for another... Yeah, fingers crossed we don't have another tie situation. We had that last episode where we almost had a tie in the Best Boy bracket. By one vote, we missed that. But in the Best Girl bracket, we had a tie in the first match. Our first results, our first match of 2021 was a tie. Never happened before. And Lord knows it was insanity. Luckily, we managed to break the tie with a unanimous vote. And yeah, then that candidate ended up getting blown out of the water by the next opponent. So yeah, you can follow the Best Girl playlist, which is on my channel if you want to see the Best Girl bracket. But the Best Boy bracket has its own playlist just so you don't get confused. Yes, Rippadine. It's a really good run from her, but just, yeah, it's just tragic how it came down to a tiebreaker. Yes, Shuchi and Cassius and Leo and Cliff really did show that. That was really close, and honestly, I was shocked how, like, both of them went. Just not too shocked about who won, like, even though I may have been shocked within that a little bit each way, but just how neck and neck it was. But yeah. I will mention our matchups along with their results once I close the polls. So you got 5 or 6 minutes to do that. So 6 minutes. Do it before the polls end. You see the numbers of responses increasing. Every response counts. Last one, we got about 160-ish like responses. And as a result, yeah, things were quite neck and neck. So, let's see, and let me see if there are any matches I can highlight in particular. Go into my nifty-difty match thingamabob. By that I just mean the poll. I just went to the poll on a different window and scrolled down, so I'm not on the responses page, I'm on the questions page. So just a reminder, our first matchup was Shuichi from Tennis Ace versus Mark from Afterclass. The volleyball savant and master setter versus our cheeky man who loves to set up sexual innuendos for our MC. The next match is Volga from Chemo Coliseum, a brave warrior fighting to the death, versus Marcus from Ocean Avenue, our roommate and also a volleyball savant in his own matter, but more so in the sand. He's got the sand legs. And then the next match after that is Alexander from Tennis Ace versus Yao from the Smoke Room. 2 stoic characters, but yes, both really help the main cast in their own rights. They both help main cast members and are close to main cast members in particular, but not the MC themselves, even though they somehow associate with them in one way or another. After that, it's Dave, the MC from Password, versus Rune from Shelter. So that one's also interesting. So we got the Hyena Boy versus the Husky Boy. One more shy and quirky in nature versus one that is more bubbly in nature. Then we go down to, this one's gonna be a tough one in my opinion. At least for me it was. Liko, the Clouded Leopard from Nekajishi versus Roderick from Limits. A silent and quiet type versus a, not as much as I call boisterous, but more so just very out there and sociable wolf who just, such a goofball and we love him for it. Then we go down to the next match after that. Murdoch from the Smoke Room versus Avon from Tavernous Spear. Photography Boy versus a Tavernous Spear character. Unfortunately, I have not played the game, so people in the comments, sound off for Avon. Hype up Avon for me. I'll try my best next round maybe to put in the character descriptions. I don't know if I filled out enough to get all the winners of this matchup to have descriptions, but we tried our best and I forgot to put them in this round, so I apologize. And anyway, we move on from that. We have 2 minutes left in the poll. Remember, 2 minutes left. We are hitting the end. So now we go on to Hardaki from Tennis Ace versus Coach Grifter from Extracurricular Activities. Both athletes in their own right, but one's an up-and-coming athlete. The other is a former athlete who is a coach and author and English teacher. He's done it all. Haruki is maybe not one for words or for all that romantic word poetry and all that crap, but he is one that just likes to play cool in a sense, just look rough and tough on the outside, but be quite the badass on the volleyball court on the inside. Anyway, moving on from that, we have Maken from Socially Awkward versus Torihiku from Morinatsu. I'm just gonna speed run these remaining matches. I think we have, oh boy. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get that done in 1 minute. Here we go. Speed run time. Tyson from Password versus Walter the MC from After Class. Then Orlando from Password versus Sid from Temptations Ballad. TJ from Echo versus Morrow from Temptations Ballad. Scipio from Adastro/Chemia versus Tano from Far Beyond the World. Yuichi the MC from Tennis Ace versus Ulrich from Winds of Change. Lars from After Class versus John from Socially Awkward. Then the last two matches, Kuya from Morinatsu versus Sal from Password. And last but certainly not least, Ranak from Far Beyond the World versus Gil from ICO. So those are all the matchups, and I'll be presenting those results in just a bit. I will download the CSV file once the polls close and download it and put it through my magical R program to make a pretty bar graph for every single match. And then you'll find out who wins. And now we find out who will as the polls close. No more responses. The polls have been closed off. I will go to our matches window and bring that down a little bit to yonder. Let me see if that is too big. Not too big. Perfect. Oh no, I clicked the wrong button. Now we are on different windows. Whoopsies. Okay, just a little bit more. I'm doing this to keep the suspense up. Perfect.
We can sum up,
Oh no, a commercial has appeared. We must mute the commercial because we don't do the commercials for Spotify on here because I am a cheapskate. I kid, but anyway, I am going to download the matches right now, but in the meantime, I will preview the first two matches in section number 3. Here is the promo art for it. That is section 2. This is section 3. So these are the matchups we are going to present first. Shuichi, the number 3 seed from Tennis Ace, versus Mark, the 62nd seed from After Class. And he will be facing off, or well, the winner of that will be facing off against the winner of, from Ocean Avenue, the volleyball savant, also wanted to have his own artistic taste in graphic design. It is Marcus from Ocean Avenue, and he will be facing off one of our brave warriors who will fight in the Coliseum to the death, or other means. Wink, wink. It is Volga from Chemo Coliseum. So Marcus and Volga on the right-hand side, and on the left-hand side, Shuichi and Mark. Okay. Time to download all 133 responses. Keep in mind that not everybody votes for every single match. There are some blanks here and there, so some of the individual matchups will have different amounts of responses when I highlight them. So here we go. I'm showing them in Finder. All right, the time is now. We must know what is going to happen with our best boys. I have dropped off the CSV file in the proper folder, and now I go to my magical R program and do the thing. Fingers crossed that I typed in everything properly, and that things may not blow up on me. Everything is going good so far. Perfect. Okay, so all 16 matches are being converted to pretty little bar graphs. As we wait for those, we have the first one that is about a few seconds away from being done, and I'll present that one ASAP once it has been converted. And I forgot to say welcome back to everybody. I kind of got too caught up in doing my whole announcer shtick. Fire Knight was one of the people that came in early, but Jason Ingram was first. Oh no, I thought that was fun just to highlight. Yes, and oh, here we go from Super Bob. Thank you, Super Bob. Yes, such anticipation. Man, I love doing these. Yes, the programming, the spreadsheets are so much fun. Speaking of which, I actually had to use my R program for my final last night, and I am still I have the post-final stress of it still in my head because I am sitting there and realizing I could have done something right. Like, I messed up on one part of a problem where I'm like, oh, I messed up the boundaries. And, stuff like that always happens. But, you live, you learn. Sometimes you just don't think about it in the moment. Even if you have a couple of hours to take it. Sometimes your brain be stupid. Anyway, the first two matches have been converted into pretty little bar graphs, and we will start with the results now. We first go to Shuichi versus Mark. Here are the results of the first match of the East half of the round of 64. The results are in. Shuichi, Mark. The winner is... The winner is... I do not see it yet, but now I do. It is Shuichi from Tennessee pulling off a solid 84-47 win. Congratulations to Shuichi, and I apologize for not announcing this matchup any more suspenseful. I got busy mentioning that the results start at the 17-minute mark. So let's check the results in terms of percentages, shall we? It turns out that Shuichi had a solid but still somewhat competitive race against Mark. Shuichi pulled out 64.1% of the votes, while our boy Mark pulled off 35.9%. In total, there were 131 responses, a very high reception rate for this matchup. So, congratulations to Shuichi, you are the first on the east side to go to the round of 32 in your Section 3 finals. But yeah, not bad for Mark, so good run from Mark, and congrats to Shuichi. Now, we go on to the results of Marcus and Volga. Who will win this matchup, the warrior or the roommate? Let's see. The results are in. Those are the Shuichi and Mark results still. Ignore those. Marcus and Volga. Here are your results. Oh, here we go. Volga's off to a great start, and he is not holding back. Marcus just cannot catch up to him, and Volga takes the dub and moves on to the round of 32. Congratulations to Volga, and a good run from Marcus. My character lost. But that's all fine. It's just starting. I'll have to write more to make him more likable. But yeah, that's what happens when you just start a VN. You don't know enough about them, but Volga has quite a story to him from what I vaguely remember. It's been a while since I played Chemo Coliseum, but I liked Volga nonetheless, and I'm happy that he's going to be facing off against our Shuichi boy. So congratulations, Volga. You are in the round of 32, going off against Shuichi. Your matchup had 123 responses, with 64.2% going to Volga, to Marcus's 35.8%. So a very strikingly similar ratio as the Shuichi matchup. Kind of surprising, but kind of not. It's kind of interesting to see both kind of were going in this direction. I would have expected the Marcus match to be a bit closer and the Shuichi match to be a bit further if I was going strictly off of seeding, but it all doesn't matter once you get to the matchups themselves. Anything can happen. So we conclude Section 3 and move on to Section 14. Section 14, the matchups are... In the left-hand side, the left-hand corner, the bodyguard for Keisuke. The man of not too many words, but one who is quite trained in words and languages. It is Alexander from Tennessee. He will be facing off against one of the miners from, not that type of miner, mining in the mines. I don't know how else to say that, but he mines for the Echo Mines. But he is somebody from out of country, but one who is quite skilled in his planning of maps, as we'll find out. It is Yao from the Smoke Room. So Alexander versus Yao on the left-hand side, and the right-hand side is Rune versus Dave the MC. We'll talk about that match a little bit more and summarize it after we find out the results of Alexander and Yao. This one may be a lot closer than the seeds show because there is quite a lot of love for both characters from both their respective novels. But only one may move on to the round of 32, and that winner will be revealed now. Alexander, Yao, your votes are in. Your winner is Alexander with a great start, but Yao is keeping pace. He is close. He is pulling a lead, but Alexander's keeping it up. Alexander will pull back the lead, and it is a close one, but Alexander from Tennis Ace pulls off the win and moves on to the round of 32. Quite a good run from Yao, but congrats to Alexander as you move on. So this one was pretty close. With 127 responses, 54.3 of you voted for Alexander, while the remaining 45.7 voted for Yao. Ah yes, 69. Nice. Only by 11 votes, but like I said, every vote counts. We now will go on to the other half of Section 14. Who will face off against Alexander in the Section 14 finals, you ask? Well, on the left-hand corner of our right-hand matchup, from Shelter, our lovable goofball the Husky, it is Rune. He will be facing off against our MC from Password, the one that is the savant of the vault. It is Dave. How will this match turn out? Well, I'm glad you asked because I have the results on my laptop. I am opening up the results right now, and the winner of Dave and Rune is Dave with a good lead, but Rune had a decent jump, but it no longer suffices as Dave pulls off a dramatic lead. And he takes the dub and moves on to the round of 32. Congratulations to Dave, and good run from Rune. Yes, both boys are lovable. It's always sad to see one go when this happens. But that's just how the cards shuffle, and that's just how the popularity and overall reception goes. It's always tough to pit two lovable goofs against each other. One may be more goofy in the traditional sense, one is more goofy in the accidental sense. So Dave won that match with 74.2% of the vote. And Rune received 25.8. The total number of responses for that match was 124. I'm glad to see all the great reception, but yeah, Dave is a good boy too, so I'm not too sad. I agree with you there, Senri. It's always sad. I'm sad to see Rune go, but you know, there's only room for one on this platform, this bracket here. This town is only big enough for the one of us. And those two who will move on to the round of 32 are Alexander versus Dave. I'm looking forward to that match. That one will be really close, I bet, in my opinion. Both have their own respective traits to love about them, and it's gonna be hard for me to pick. So, we move on to the next section. Section numero 11, number 11. And the left-hand match in the left-hand corner. From Nekajishi, he is one with his own temple, but it is a smaller one that he wants the MC to help build up again. He is Likalau, the Clouded Leopard. He will be facing off against another goofball of a character, but one that can be quite sly and cheeky with our main cast members. It is Roderick from Limits. Likalau versus Roderick on our left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we will get to their match after the left one, but just a quick preview of the right-hand matchup. In the right-hand corner. In the left-hand corner, I apologize. In the left-hand corner, from Tavern Spear, quite a ferocious-looking man, but also one that seems to be quite a gentle giant in a sense. That's all I can guess based on appearance. I have not played Tavern Spear. Please hype up this man for me in the comments. It is Avend. And he will be facing off against our photographer, our one and only Murdoch the Cock Burns. I kind of spoiled his name. I was going to give him a little more hype, but then I accidentally spoiled his name. Yes, Murdoch the Cock Burns. If you've seen the Twitter profile of somebody that I forget what exactly their Twitter handle is, but somebody did have that as their name at one point, and I will never forget because I love the joke so much. I will never let it go. But we have to let go of their match for now and go to the left hand. It's Likalau versus Roderick. We have your results right here. The winner of Likalau and Roderick is Likalau with a great start, but Roderick has a strong start too. He is keeping up, but no longer he does. Likalau will pull it away, and Likalau wins the match, 76-52. Congratulations to Likalau in making it to the round of 32, but a good run from Roderick. Yes, I love to. I'm sorry, but I love too much. Agreed here. It just makes me feel so bad to always see one go, but that's just the process of the bracket. That is the circle of life in our tournamentology, our bracketology. So this match had 128 responses. 59.4% went to Likalau, while the remaining 40.6% went to Roderick. So that was pretty tight until the end, but nonetheless, it was still a good race. Now, as I said, we can finally head on over to the right side of Section 11. Who will face off against Likalau? Will it be our photographer, our man that helps run the family store, our cheeky yet kind-hearted fox, Murdoch? Or will it be our Tavern Spear character that can be hyped up a lot more in the comments? Will it be Avend? We will find out now. The results have been counted. The winner is Avend. Takes a dramatic lead in the beginning, and he is not holding back. Murdoch is behind, and he might catch up. No, he doesn't. 8-vote difference. Avend from Tavern Spear upsets Murdoch from the smoke room. Oh my goodness, I did not expect this to happen. But nonetheless, my man that I just totally underrated with my lack of description, Avend takes the round of 32 spot from Murdoch. Congrats to Avend, but a good run from Murdoch. Yes, this is our first upset of the east side of the bracket. I am happy to see an upset happen. That's what March Madness is all about. Upsets and chaos. So 128 responses were in this matchup, and 53.1% went to Avend. Meanwhile, Murdoch only received 46.9%. Just 46.9%, not too much. it was close nonetheless. And I know it's unfortunate to see Murdoch go, but I'm happy to see Avon go on and represent his story. I think he's the only one from Tavernous Spear, if I can recall correctly. I'm going to quickly look through the seeding. Yes, he's the only Tavernous Spear character, so Tavernous Spear lives on to the round of 32. So that's why I'm happy to see novels that did not get as much representation get their chance. So, anyway, we will hide those results and move on to Section 6. We go down to Section 6, and this will be the last one before we hit the halfway mark of the East Hand bracket. In Section number 6, in the left-hand side, the quieter, more introverted personality type, but also a talented volleyball player, and one to really care for his siblings. From Tennis Ace, it is Harlequin. He will be facing off against the coach, the author, the English professor from extracurricular activities. It is Coach Grifter. Oh, that one's gonna be a tough match for me too when I voted for that one. That one was tough, but we go to the right-hand side, and on the left-hand corner from Horonatsu, our loud and proud but also loving tiger boy, it is Torahiko. He is facing off against our also fit in shape, but more shy about his personality, I guess you could say, or at least a little bit less vocal than our opponent. It is Macon from Socially Awkward. So another tough match, Macon versus Torahiko. I did not realize how tough these matches are until I really saw them face to face. Here we go. We are going to present the results of Harlequin and Coach Grifter first. Your results are in. The winner of Harlequin and Coach Grifter is... Harlequin takes the start. He's got a steady start, but Coach Grifter is relatively close, but no longer. Harlequin is taking a significant lead, and Harlequin pulls out the round of 64 match to make it to the round of 32. Congratulations, Harlequin, but a good run from Coach Grifter. Sad to see you go, and it's always sad to see somebody lose the first round twice in a row, or 2 years in a row, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. But good run from Coach Grifter. Let's see the percentages. Also a decently close matchup. With 131 responses, Harlequin received 58.8% of the vote, as opposed to Coach Grifter's 41.2%. So recently, relatively close. I can't speak, but that is how our match goes. Now, who will Harlequin face in the Section 6 finals? Will it be our big, strong woofo with his own gym? Will it be Macon? Or will it be our loud and proud Torahiko? Let's find out now, because I have the results right here. The winner of Macon and Torahiko is Macon with a significant jump in the beginning, and it is not one that Torahiko can catch up with. Macon will just take this one all the way, and with a double the amount pretty much in terms of bar graph size at least, Macon wins the round of 64 and will face off against Harlequin. The Battle of the Canines will be the next round. Good run from Torahiko, but this is Macon's day. So let's see, in terms of percentages, once again, because I always have to type it in as percentages in my official results page in order for it to work properly. 128 responses were counted, or at least submitted. They were all counted, but 64.8% went to Macon, and 35.2% went to Torihiko. So that is half of our East bracket matchups. Only one upset so far, and it was around the same place as Cassius's upset. Cassius was a 44th seed that upsetted, and Avon was a 43rd. So strikingly similar upsets on both sides of the bracket. No one is truly safe. Alright, scrolling on down, we move on to the latter half of the East half of the bracket. We go all the way down to section number 7. Here we go. In section numero 7, numero 7. In the 7th seed itself, from Password, a rough and tough wolf, one that will stand for his friends. He may appear intimidating on the outside, but if you get to know him, he is quite a lovable guy. It is Tyson from Password. He will be facing off against another canine. I think he's a husky. I kind of remember him as a husky, but if he's not, I apologize. The husky boy from Not Socially Awkward After Class. Both have very sexual innuendos thrown left and right. But from After Class, the MC, the man, the myth. Is he the legend, though? It is Walter, our MC. So Tyson versus Walter will be our first result, but a quick preview of our right-hand matchup. In the left-hand side of the right-hand matchup. From Temptation's Ballad, our Shire-looking character, you can kind of see him blushing a little bit in this photo, actually. The 39th seed. From Temptation's Ballad, it is Sid. He will be facing off against our wonderful chef. Our lovable dragon boy. With a nice-looking hairdo and beard combo. It is Orlando from Password. So Sid and Orlando will be going up later, but first we gotta present the results of Tyson and Walter. Here we go. The results are in. I'm not gonna count the number of votes exactly because I have to see that pie graph which shows the actual results first, so I can't say with X number of votes, but with a good amount of votes at least, I assume. This one is probably gonna be another popular matchup. The results have been counted. The winner of Tyson and Walter is Tyson with a solid jump, but Walter is keeping up at least a decent amount, but Tyson is just not letting it go. Tyson from Password takes the round of 64 and will move on to the round of 32. Wow, good run from Walter. I'm pretty shocked with how close it was, but I could definitely see Walter's likability, and I'm happy that it was a decently good race. So once again, with 128 responses, Tyson received 55.5% of the vote to Walter's 44.5%. A solid win. But who, oh who, will face off against Tyson in the round of 32 and Section 7 finals? Well, it is between the Dragon Boy Orlando from Password versus our Badger Boy Sid from Temptation's Ballad. Who, oh who, will take the dub and face Tyson? Well, well, well. I got the results right here, and I am pulling them up right now. Orlando, Sid, your winner is Sid with a significant lead. He has taken a solid lead, but Orlando catches up. It is neck and neck to the end. Who is going to pull this one off? It is Orlando with a close 6-vote win against Sid. My goodness, Sid had such a great beginning race, but it was neck and neck all the way. My goodness, congratulations to Orlando and a great run from Sid. So let's see how the percentages pandered out. This one had a fewer amount of votes, only 124. Orlando got 52.4% of the vote. Meanwhile, Sid got 47.6%. So another close one. Section 7 had some pretty close matchups. So it will be Tyson versus Orlando. The Password Boys will face off for the Section 7. So no matter what, we will have a Password Boy in the round of 16, or better known as the Sweet 16. So it's too bad to see Sid go, but there is only enough room for 2. Now, we move on to the next section. Section number 10, the 1-0. Here are our matches from Section 10. In the left-hand corner from Echo, our loving and kind-hearted Christian boyo. Our Christian cat, the Christian feline, the one to make sure that he does not do the sin. It is TJ from Echo. And he will be facing off against a rougher and tougher opponent. He seems to be some sort of weapon warrior. From Temptations Ballad, it is Morrow. And the winner of that match will be facing off against the winner of this right-hand match over yonder. In the left-hand side, from far beyond the world, the man who may be too smart for his own good, or for our MC's own good at least. Quite the intelligent, but yet externally appearing charismatic character, it is Tano. He is facing off against he's kind of our MC in the sense, at least it's coming from his perspective. For Chemia, he is our ambassador in a sense. He is one to represent the Adastran people who has knowledge of the Chemian empire and overall the Chemian culture, but is one to make sure that his people can have better relations. It is Scipio from the Adastra Chemia series. So that will be our right-hand matchup, but first we will go to TJ and Morrow. Yes, I can point correctly. I keep forgetting this is mirrored. All right, the music comes back on. We start here. The results are in. The winner of TJ and Morrow is TJ with a good lead, but Morrow is keeping up. He might upset TJ. Will TJ be able to come back? This is really close, but not too much anymore as Morrow takes the upset against TJ. Temptations Ballad will move on and live another day. Congratulations to Morrow. And good run from TJ. But it has to end here for you. We will check on the pie chart, the magical pie chart. With 126 responses, Morrow clinched with 53.2%, and TJ received a decent 46.8%. But we have another upset. What is it with our 40-something seeds and upsetting our 20-somethings? We had that with the 44 seed upsetting, the 43 seed upsetting, and the 42nd seed. I don't think there's a 41st seed in this round. The 41st seed lost, okay. And the 44th seed won, the 45th seed lost. I guess it's only those 3. Coincidence? I don't know. But I've never seen 3 seeds in a row that are underdogs upset their higher seeds like that. That is shocking to me. But that is pretty cool to see. But we will get to see Temptations Ballad get their representation in the round of 32. But don't fret if you're an Echo fan, because Leo moved on in the previous results by a narrow 1 vote. So at least Echo and Temptations Ballad will be represented in this round of 32. So the power of God in anime does not help TJ this time around, but we will see who Morrow will be facing off against in the Section 10 finals. Will it be Tano, or will it be Scipio? Here, I have the results. The winner is Tano with a good jump. This one is really close. Never mind. Scipio's actually, wait, it might be close. Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear Lord, we have a tie. This is the first time in Best Boy bracket history that we have a tie in our results. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it. This is way too close to comfort. I am not feeling comfortable now because this is too close to call. I will bring out my magical phone. It's not magical, sorry. But I'm bringing out the phone nonetheless. And go into the Discord. Well, this one's gonna be quite a sweater in my opinion. I am texting the chat. The committee voting channel might be going nuts. Oh dear God. If any of you Best Boy Committee members out there are watching, you gotta vote. I can't believe it. I'm honestly lost for words at this point because I'm texting right now and I am also just shocked with how close a neck and neck this was. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make Scipio the red heart. This is something I cannot believe happened. Oh, and I got auto-corrected. God. Here we go. Apologies for this tiebreaker that we have here. I'm nervous that we may not be able to find out the results of this until a later date or time. And ironically, our last match that had a tie had 33 votes. There is something about the threes that are evil. 63 to 63 in this one. This is insane. Yes, Far Beyond the World does have a good amount of reps, and so does the Adastra Chemia series, so this is honestly just icing on the cake for both series. So red heart for Scipio, and blue heart for Tano, because Tano has blue markings on him. Okay, I'm gonna cast my vote. I'm not telling you who I voted for. At least not yet. This is just quite maddening. Hopefully my Best Boy Committee members are listening. It's 11 p.m. for some of them, and like 5 p.m. for others. Actually, it might be 10 p.m. for them because some people don't do daylight savings time in other countries. Whatever. We will get back to this result in a bit. So, currently, this is just 50-50. I can't believe it. A best boy match has a tie. I did not expect this day. So, unfortunately, we have to leave Tano and Scipio in quite a cliffhanger and go back to them after we present our remaining results. We hide the bar graph. Will our 10th seed be able to move on, or will we have the biggest upset in all of best boy bracketry for this year? I can't say that it's the biggest upset of all time because Tyson, when he was the 57th seed, made an upset and made it all the way to the Elite Eight, but Tano's pretty dang close if he does. Well, let's take a little breather here and move on to Section 15. Here we go in Section 15, we have another K9 matchup. In the left-hand corner, from Tennis Ace, the MC, he is quite the tennis ace in his own right. He is one of the top players in the youth circuit in Japan. He is looking to go pro. Quite a charismatic guy, but also can come off as a bit airheaded and indecisive. It is Yuichi, the MC. He will be facing off against quite a brave man, one that I do not have too much of a description for, so you can sound off for him in the comments to give him a better description than I am, because I unfortunately have not played enough of Winds of Change to do him justice. It is Ulrich! And the winner of that match will be facing off against this match. I cannot point correctly for my life. In the left-hand side of the right-hand matchup, one of the close friends to our MC from Socially Awkward. One to make cheeky jokes and just be overall quite a cheeky man. It is John. He is facing off against a well-rounded, well-built, shy but very kind Tiger Boy. It is Lars from Afterclass. So Lars and John, you'll have to wait, because we are presenting the results of Yuichi and Ulrich. Will we have another tie? Hopefully I did not jinx it there by just saying it. I actually do not know, but I'd be very worried if there was. Otherwise, that would just be way too quick of way too close of a coincidence. But the results are in. Ulrich and Yuichi, your winner is oh my goodness, Yuichi is just slamming down. He is not pulling back. This is probably one of our biggest victories of today. Yuichi takes the dub and moves on to the round of 32. Good run from Ulrich, but there is only room for one, and that one is Yuichi. With 125 responses, 70.4% of the vote went to Yuichi, while the remaining 29.6% went to Ulrich. And just to recap the match that ended in a tie, 126 responses went to that match. So an even number, hence an even tie. This is why voting is so important. Every vote counts. But who will face off against Yuichi in the Section 15 finals? Well. Either Lars or John will be taking that right. Who will it be, you ask? Well, let's find out now. John, Lars, the winner is Lars with a solid lead. John is just not able to keep pace. Lars has got another Another congratulations from me. I don't know why I say another, because I don't think... Was he in the bracket last year? I don't remember. But, nonetheless, Lars will live another day as he takes the dub and moves to the round of 32. Good run from John, but it is Lars' day. Lars took a giant victory with 71.2% of the vote to John's 25 or 28.8. I cannot read anymore. I might need glasses. So section 15 has a solid and concluded matchup, unlike our previous section. So it will be Yuichi versus Lars for the section 15 title and the spot in the Sweet 16. So now we move on to our last section. Last, but oh so certainly not least. In section number 2, here it is. We saw this art at the beginning of the episode, but we get to see it once again at the end. In the left-hand match, the left-hand corner, the 31st seed, the cool kid, the guitar-playing band member. From Morinatsu, it is Kuya! And he is facing off against the password boy. He is a softer-spoken type, but one to be very caring for his friends and one to be very kind-hearted despite his lack of words. It is Sal. Who will they face off against? Well. In the right-hand side of section 2, I was about to say section 2 first, but in the left-hand corner of the right-hand match, the 64th seed. This man had a close matchup against Darius and beat him out to get here. From ICO, our cadet, the feral pilot, it is Gil. He is facing off against a second seed overall. The man, the myth, the legend, our knight/warrior of Avalon, and possible chief to be. It is Rannoch. So Rannoch and Gil will have to wait as we present Kuya and Sal first. Here we go. Kuya and Sal, your results are in. Your winner is Kuya with a giant jump. He is just not pulling back. Sal is trying to catch up. Will he catch up? Oh, it's just too late as Kuya pulls a nice 69 vote victory against Sal. So the 31st seed will not be upset tonight. And that matchup had 125 responses also. Relatively close, but Kuya took a nice 55.2% of the vote to Sal's 44.8. Congratulations, Kuya, and a good run from Sal. Now, we go to the last match of the East section, the East half of the bracket. Will it be Rannoch, or will it be Gil? The second seed has not always been safe, as we saw with last year being too close for comfort. At least in the beginning it was. The winner... Oh, I hit the wrong image. The winner of Gil and Rannoch is...
Can you pass me a cherry vanilla Coke?
Oh, Rannoch takes a heck of a jump. It is no contention from Gil, unfortunately. Rannoch is just battling through, and with our biggest victory of the day, it goes to Rannoch from far beyond the world. It was a good run from ICO's sole representative in the bracket, but it is Rannoch's day, and congrats to Rannoch. So that one had 129 responses, and 73.6% Winteranack, and Gil received 26.4. So that concludes our Section 2 match. But not all of our matches have been concluded, and this is something I was totally not prepared for. We have a tie back in Section 10 that I will traverse us back to. Here we go. Here's the preview art once again. The right-hand match has a close one. On the left-hand side, we had an upset, but the right-hand side is a tie. Will we have two upset people, or will we have two underdogs facing off against each other for the Section 10 title? Or will it be Scipio versus Mauro? Let me check my Discord. Sorry, I'm just like traversing through Discord. Currently, there is a 2-0 vote for one of our candidates. So currently it is unanimous, but we need 4 votes out of 7 to have a majority vote. So currently, we do not have a definitive winner for that. I may have to put some delay on this and take some time to actually pack up and go home for the spring break before I have a definitive result. So I may take a break in the stream to decide the tiebreaker winner, or well, not to decide myself, but to announce it. So I'm probably going to mute my mic actually and have the stream kind of go on a temporary pause in a sense. So around the 1 hour and 3 minute mark, we're going to start this pause and the kind of we will be right back moment. So let me just change the screens and I'll probably... Oh, that's the wrong one. This is the one. We'll probably just be right back in, I don't know. It might take me like, I don't know, 20 minutes, 10 minutes maybe to pack. All I need to pack, luckily, is clothes for the spring break, but... Oh, I have other things packed before this stream, but I just need to pack my clothes, and once this stream ends, the electronics, so... Yeah. Please await patiently as I wait for more Best Boy Committee members to cast their votes. I'll be muting myself for a while, but please enjoy the nice chill hop music. And once again, I have the link for it in the description if anybody wants to check it out. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly check again. Like, I think it's still at 2-0 when I checked the last, when I checked like the last few minutes. Nobody else has responded yet. One tier goes down. My issue is that I still haven't, given consistent times for these results. So some people, it's like too late for them, or things like that.
Any credit card can offer cash back, but only Discover matches all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year. It's like getting one of those birthday cards that's shaped like cash, so you already know there's cash inside before opening.
Oh, and another ad is coming on. I apologize for that.
Stuffed with your first year cash back.
This is just chaos for me. I was hoping to leave ASAP, like once the results ended, and be able to get home and just make it reasonably in time, because I have some perishables I'm hoping wouldn't go bad, but yeah. Guess I have to wait for this. So that's awkward. So Chill Hop goes back on because the ad's over. Like, if you want to see what I'm talking about, I'm gonna turn my stream back on. I have, like, I'm packing up all my stuff to go home. Like, I was doing that before the stream and, like, kind of during that little break just to kind of get all set up. So once this is over, I can kind of get all quickly gone ASAP and just peace out from my house. Yeah. I'm staying home for, like, maybe a little bit longer than I normally would. Like, the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm not sure if I want to say this yet or explain why, but let's just say on Sunday I will be, I'll be getting the vaccine. I guess I can spoil it. I'm gonna be getting the Pfizer vaccine, actually. And the reason why, which I originally wasn't gonna, do this or whatever unless I had some sort of waiver or approval from, another source or whatnot. Like, I'm not gonna try and just do what some people did and, like, try and lie their way into it. But what happened for me is that since I have, like, my disabilities, my autism, it's like I'm a client for kind of like my like region's like disability center, and so the disability center actually was like, hey, we can waive all you clients to get the vaccine, and yeah, like, we have the permission to do that. And so they allowed us all to do that. And so for my spring break, that's what I'll be getting on Sunday. I'll be getting the first dose, and I'm staying for like at least 3 weeks because the second dose is 3 weeks later, and I still have to kind of stay within the area because I'm currently way far away, or well, too far to just drive to the place to get the vaccine. So I needed to stay at my parents' house again for that time being when I get both vaccines. So I'm within driving distance to get the vaccine both times. So yeah, I'm staying at my home with the terrible lighting for at least 3 weeks. So who lied? God damn it, Thomas. No, but yeah, luckily it was like the disability center that, I'm, I guess, I'm not sure I'd say a part of, or that is, that I'm a client for, or that serves me. I'm not sure how to explain it, but, it's like, people with like disabilities or whatnot would get it. Like, that the disability center, kind of helps them out. But yeah, with mine, at least my local region, my like cities or like counties, like disability center was like, hey, yeah, we can get you guys the vaccine. And I was like, cool. Because otherwise I would wait until I had a time to get it approved or whatnot. Like, yeah, I want to make sure, like, I'm not gonna get it unless, I am cleared for it for some way or had some sort of waiver. Because I'd seen like like the stuff on Twitter that just, oh god, that was just nuts. Like, I'm not gonna mention the person who said that and had done the lying and all that, but it was just, that kind of bugged me, because it was like, I have family members who do work with children, and that was kind of the lie the person had said to get the vaccine. And because, like, yeah, like one of my family members actually does work with children, so she actually had a legitimate excuse to get it. And so to see somebody misuse it and take it away from somebody who is working in that field and actually needs it is just infuriating to me. Yeah, I called this family member about it, and yeah, they were like, yeah, I totally feel about that. Oh, cool, Thomas, you got yours? That's awesome. Yeah, getting the vaccine too. Just waiting for my faculty to say when. Yeah, it's like, that's a lot of it. It's like either you're working for somebody that is giving you the waiver, or yeah, you're a patient or a client for somebody that wants you to have it or whatnot, or student or whatever it is. Yeah, there's certain scenarios where certain like states or countries or whatnot, counties or whatnot will be able to work that out for you. At least in America. America is just we are, I don't know, we're all over the place. Yeah, don't spell their name correctly. I'm not gonna even say the name. But honestly, I'm just kind of based on what their attitude was of it, it just rubbed me the wrong way. And yeah, I'm gonna say that I don't know them personally enough or close enough to be like, oh, they're a bad person or whatnot. So yeah, so I'm just kind of like, you know, I disapprove of the action, but at the end of the day, I don't know them enough to, yeah, judge their person in a sense. Like, yeah, you know, it's people on the internet. You can't. It's hard to do that unless they make like their private life more public or whatnot and show a lot of that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, where I am, there's new missing vaccines. Oh no. It's terrible. I can't believe. I don't know how it happened, or just like if people had stolen it, or it's just terrible. Like, that's just the craziest thing about all this going on. It's just, I know this is going from March Madness to me ranting about the vaccine. It's just insane that, yeah, people are just going through all these measurements of things and just this insanity of just, you know, trying to get it or are just like trying to be anti it. It's like we're in such a weird flurry of like people's opinions on, yeah, getting it and how to deal with it. So yeah, it's insane. And I apologize to the 20 viewers who expected me to be presenting the results. Currently, Scipio and Tano have a tie. If you had not seen my previous parts of the stream, they each got 63 votes, which is 126 in total. And so I am waiting on my Discord to feed me the answers. Somebody's asking me about, like, I told them to guess who got tied, because I told them there's a tie. And they guessed it was Amicus and Rannoch, and I'm like, that probably could be what the champion bracket looks like. Who knows? But yeah, it'd be kind of rough. But anyway, we are going back to the committee channel. No new results have come in, unfortunately. Still 2-0, which I don't think I'm gonna announce who has 2 and who has none. Okay, so me and, okay. Yeah. Me and my main mod, Koro, both have voted, so we both had voted for the same person. I totally didn't, like, notice until, like, now, but we both voted, and yeah, just waiting for everybody else. Kind of just waiting very awkwardly and patiently, but made sure to tag everybody. I don't know what to do about this because the round of 32 starts tomorrow, or I think it's tomorrow, because I have to present the results on Sunday, like after I get the vaccine, and I have to make sure I'm back in time for that. So I may have to start the results and like all that at a later time. This is gonna be so weird. So I guess I'm just gonna have to do a rain check and call it here, maybe, because I need to get home sooner than later, and maybe if I get the results later this evening, I'll announce them. Yeah, this is just... I totally did not expect this to happen. I probably should have announced, hey, best boys, I'm doing the results now or something beforehand, because normally I don't. I'm just kind of like, oh, just be on standby in case, and yeah, the time varies. So... Oh, you got a med student essay. Oh, good luck with that, Ray J. Wishing you luck with that, because I just had my finals yesterday, and my brain be done from that. I knew I messed up one part of a problem, but I feel like overall, the final itself, I BS'd it enough. I feel like that I can get a decent enough grade. Or at least, yeah, enough to be passing and whatnot, and yeah. Honestly, the suspense of it is killing me. Like, the class itself was really easy until the final. And I was like, none of the stuff on the practice questions relate to the final, and I was just really sad. But yes, goodbye, Ray J. So yeah, it's getting kinda later than I wanted to for leaving. I think I'm gonna, like I said, I think I'm gonna have to call it here, unfortunately, so. I guess in parentheses I'll say still waiting on. So unfortunately it's been about 20 or so minutes and no new votes have come in, so I want to thank everybody though for coming in and supporting me and this whole series and whatnot. I know it's not my more popular series, but it's just something I really genuinely enjoy doing around March every year, and just, yeah, kind of honoring my visual novel best boys and best girls, just to, you know, give the VN writers some praise for the characters and to just, yeah, show them off. Close enough to properly pronounce my name. Is it Rajay? I'm thinking of like Ray J, like, what is it? Was it like Ray J, like the earbuds or something? But it might be Rajay. Apologies if I'm not getting it right. Try my best. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna log off here. I'm just like looking through the remaining comments. Yeah, still sad Torihiko lost. Yeah, I'm still sad with some of the losses though, but you know, at the same time, the people who won, it's like, you know, can't feel too bad for, you know, who ended up winning instead. But anyway, I'm gonna get going now. I apologize for not giving the tiebreaker its due diligence and announcing the true winner of it. One last check before I log off. Still 2-0, and we need 4 votes for either candidate to have a finalized decision. So I'll probably drive home, and if I get any results later, I might stream that later and be like, hey, the tiebreaker is done. Latest it will happen is Thursday, because that's when the round of 32 starts, and you need a winner to move on to the round of 32. Oh, a vibration happened. My phone vibrated. not from the community channel. Anyway, I'll check that later. Anyway, that is all I got for today. I'm gonna announce my patrons first before I log off. So I want to thank my following patrons for this. Well, for this and just for, you know, just helping me out and just keeping me afloat during these trying times. I want to thank my fellow dorks, North Grizz, Andrew Corona, Nick Tanner, and Taipei Roth.
Any credit card can
And I want to give a very, very special thanks to my exclusive dorks, Fire Knight 2008. So, Fire Knight was in the stream earlier too. I don't know if they're still here, but...
It's stuffed with your first year cashback match,
my bad.
and you don't
There we go.
have to
So
sit
those are my
there.
patrons. I want to thank everybody so much for coming in and watching. And until next time, take care, guys.